Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my skincare routine. I'm very sorry. I know a lot of people have been asking me for my skincare routine and I've just been putting it off for the longest time ever because I'm really scared that someone is gonna like evil eye me or just, I don't know, jinx me or something. But you know, if I had acne like back when I did and I saw someone who was like using a product and it was working for them and they weren't sharing what it was, I would have wanted to see it. So I'm putting it out finally. I don't really know how to structure this video, but this video is kind of just going to be really simple. All I'm going to do is talk about my routine, and at the end I'll talk in detail about my acne medication that I use. So let's get started. So my routine is very simple. It has a day 1 and day 2 schedule, and the only difference between the day 1 and the day 2 schedule is my night routine. So the morning routine is the same every single day. Now, day 1, super simple, super easy. It's the easier day. All I do, wash my face. I use the CeraVe Hydrating Foaming Cleanser. So I just use that, wash my face, pat it down. Then I go in with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. For extra dry skin, it's the unscented one as well. I don't use anything scented on my face. I hate scented products, especially because I have sensitive skin. Then once the moisturizer dries down, I go in with my sunscreen. I use sunscreen every single day. I use the La Roche-Posay Fluid SPF one. I think it's SPF 50, but I use that. I kind of just put a drop on my cheeks, forehead, nose, chin, and then just rub it all in. It's very liquidy, so it drips fast. After the sunscreen, I'm done. That's my morning routine. If I want to do makeup that day, I'll do makeup that day, but that's it for skincare for the morning. Then, for my nighttime day 1 routine, I wash my face with the same CeraVe cleanser. Then I just put on moisturizer. I use the Cicaplast Balm B5. That's all I use. That's it. Just the moisturizer. I lather it all over my face. I do this thing where I like to put my moisturizer under my eyes first. It just makes me feel fancy, like I'm using an eye cream. I don't know, but that's what I do. And then I let it like sit under my eyes and then I do the rest of my face. So I rub it all over my face, and that's it. That's my day 1 night routine. Now, going into my day 2 night routine, morning routine is the same as the day before, so we don't need to see that again. But for my day 2 night routine, I wash my face with the same cleanser. The only difference is after I cleanse, I use my acne medication. I use something called Biacna, which is a medication that has a mix of Clindamycin and Tretinoin. I just kind of put like a pea-sized amount on my finger and use that small amount for my whole face. So I kind of just dab it on my cheek, forehead, nose, and chin. And then I rub it in and let it dry because the texture is very similar to a serum, so I kind of just let it dry down like a serum on my face. Once that's dried down, I go in with my Cicaplast Balm B5 from La Roche-Posay, again, under the eyes thing, and then I just rub it all over my face, and that's all I do for my day 2 routine. That's my skincare routine for every single day, and the alternations never change. Now I'm kind of just gonna explain why I use my acne medication and what it does. So like I said earlier, Biacna's a medication that has a mix of clindamycin and tretinoin. Tretinoin is an active ingredient. It's a derivative from vitamin A. You've probably seen it on TikTok if you're on skincare TikTok or something. It was very popular on TikTok for a while, rightly so. It's amazing. It does wonders. Essentially what tretinoin does is it pushes up and promotes skin cell reproduction. So because it makes your skin cells reproduce faster than usual, it pushes up whatever impurities are below the surface of your skin. So let's say you have a pimple. Let's just say I have this pimple right here, okay? So I have this pimple right here, but let's say a week later, under my skin, I had this other pimple right here that was gonna pop up in a week. Now, because I use tretinoin and because it makes my skin reproduce faster, what it does is it pushes everything to the surface almost all at once. So instead of that pimple coming up in a week, it would come up at the same time as this. So if I put on my medicine, it would come up the next morning. And that's kind of how it controls your breakouts. That's what tretinoin does. Now, the mix of it with clindamycin works really well together because clindamycin is kind of like a bacteria killer. So they kind of work hand in hand with each other. So let's say the tretinoin pushes everything up to the surface. That's when the clindamycin comes in and kind of regulates the bacteria that just came up from the tretinoin. So that way, when everything comes up to the surface, the clindamycin is going to calm that down, the bacteria is going to calm down, and you won't get a big fat that's it, essentially. So that's kind of just a rundown of my medication. You do need a prescription for it. It's not an over-the-counter medication. Your dermatologist does have to prescribe you with it to get it. But yeah, going into side effects of my medication, there's two main ones. The first one comes with any tretinoin product is dryness. Your skin, especially the first month, is going to be extremely dry, like extremely dry. And this is called the purge. The purge is when you first start using tretinoin or any vitamin A derivative, because it's pushing everything to the surface and your skin cell reproduction rate is so high, your skin's gonna be flaking because you have extra skin being made. So your skin is gonna get really dry until your body gets used to that medication going on your face. My purge probably lasted like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. But it was so bad, especially because I was using salicylic acid, which is something you should not be mixing with any vitamin A derivative. So my skin was burnt, but also peeling. So my skin was just going through it. And that's when I discovered the Cicaplast Bond B5, because it really just locks in all that moisture and repairs your skin and just brings back the moisture it needs. So that's why I use that every night, because it's just so good for dry skin. But yeah, so when you start using it, and if you're thinking of starting to use tretinoin, you need something that's heavy for nighttime to help you keep the moisture. That's one of the side effects. You're gonna get really dry. Even now, I'm still dry. Like, I have this irritation around my nose. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see those bumps there. And that's just because I'm irritated and dry. Even right here, those are not pimples, that's dryness and irritation. So yeah, your skin's gonna get more sensitive and more irritated and dry. Now, the second main side effect is that your skin is going to be really sensitive to the sun. And that's why you need to make sure that you're wearing sunscreen every single day. Even if it's cloudy outside, like today, there's no sun in sight and it's raining, but I'm still wearing sunscreen. You need to be wearing sunscreen every single day. But that's it. Those are the only two main side effects I've personally noticed. One tip that I do have, if you really want to get started with using, whether it's retinol or tretinoin or another type of a vitamin A derivative, just do your research and don't start right away. Don't use it every night. Start with once a week, because your skin is going to take a while to get used to that product because it's very strong. But once your skin slowly gets used to having it, then you can like take it up a notch. Start from once a week to 3 times a week to every other day, and then from there. Even now, after using it for a year, I still only do it every other day, like I said earlier with the day 1 and day 2 schedule. That's all I have for this video. I hope whoever's watching this found this helpful. Yeah, I'm really sorry it took so long to post this video, but I'm glad that I'm finally forcing myself to film this and getting it out there, just in case someone wants to get their skin clear and has been looking into tretinoin. I don't know. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye guys.